Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to another list video. The last video I did was a top 20 list of my favorite films from 1986, and I figured I'd do another one of those, because that list was a lot of fun to do. That was a really fun list to make. I figured I'd pick another random year for you guys, and I figured, you know what, let's fast forward a little bit more time after 1986, and let's go to 2001. So these will be my top 20 favorite movies of 2001. So I hope you guys enjoy all these picks. Some of them I do have I have most of them here on DVD, but I'll show you the ones I have and things like that. So let's get on to my top 20 favorite films of 2001. So hope you guys enjoy. So here we go. Number 20 is a film that I don't have on DVD. I want to get it at some point, but Training Day. This is the one with Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington. I mean, this is a film that everybody pretty much already knows about. I mean, do I need to say more about Training Day? I think this was the film that Denzel got the Oscar for and won the Oscar for Training Day. It's a really good movie. Denzel steals the show. Ethan Hawke is fantastic as well. One of a really early role for Ethan Hawke as like an adult actor, because he was in Explorers and things like that. But as like an adult actor, a really early role for Ethan Hawke, and he does a great job as well. So that's easily number 20. Number 19, Kiss of the Dragon. I think this is easily one of my personal favorite Jet Li movies, where he is a secret agent from China who's sent to Paris to carry out a mission to encounter espionage, from the government, and he's falsely accused of a murder, and he has to team up with Bridget Fonda to save himself and to clear his name, things like that. But I think this is a fantastic martial arts film. I think it's one of Jet Li's best movies. Yeah, I think Jet Li and Bridget Fonda do a good job together, but love Kiss of the Dragon. Number 18, The Others with Nicole Kidman. A really great modern day, I guess, ghost story movie from 2001. I think this is a great movie. I think it's one of the best horror films from the 2000s. I think Nicole Kidman does a great job. I think the other cast members do a good job. Elaine Cassidy, things like that. I think it's beautifully directed. It's a really creepy atmosphere. I really do enjoy The Others. Easily my number 18. Number 17, Down, also known as The Shaft. This is, a killer elevator movie. I mean, the plot says it all right there. It's a killer elevator movie, and it's a load of fun. It's actually a remake of the original film called The Lift, and the director of The Lift did this one. So he directed both the original and his own remake. So I thought that was kind of interesting, but it's a lot of fun, a lot of really fun gore. I think James Marshall and Naomi Watts do a great job. You also have supporting cast members like Michael Ironside, Edward Herrmann, Ron Perlman, Dan Hedaya. I mean, and on top of that too, the film ends, the end credits is Love in an Elevator by Aerosmith, which is so badass. But I want to review this at some point, but I really do enjoy Down, also known as The Shaft. Number 16, Vanilla Sky. A Tom Cruise film that doesn't get talked about that much, but I think it's one of his most underrated movies, Tom Cruise. Just a really weird, out there film, Vanilla Sky. Has a really great cast as well, directed by Cameron Crowe. Same guy who's done a lot of other films. I believe he did Almost Famous. But this has a great cast. Tom Cruise, Penelope Cruz, Kurt Russell, Jason Lee, Noah Taylor, Cameron Diaz. I think probably one of the most underrated Cameron Diaz performances. Just plays a really crazy character. Just a really weird, out there film. It's a really difficult film to explain without giving anything away, but definitely give this film a look. Vanilla Sky, one of Tom Cruise's most underrated movies. Number 15, Donnie Darko. I mean, what more can I say about Donnie Darko? It's a great movie. And once again, another great cast. Jake Gyllenhaal, Drew Barrymore, Jenna Malone, Patrick Swayze. I mean, still a hell of a cast. But it's a really difficult film to explain, him seeing this like rabbit-looking creature. But definitely a great movie. Love Donnie Darko. Number 14 I do have on DVD, but it was one of those ones where it was a pain to pull out. But I do love this movie a lot, so I do have it. I just couldn't pull it out. But it's 61. This was a made-for-HBO movie directed by Billy Crystal, where it was based about the true story about Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle trying to chase Babe Ruth's home run record about the Yankees. And you have Barry Pepper and Thomas Jane as the two leads. You have a great other supporting cast like Anthony Michael Hall, among other people. Just a really great movie made for HBO. Even if you're not a Yankees fan, it's a damn good baseball movie, and a damn good sports movie in general. Thomas Jane, it's easily one of my favorite movies from Thomas Jane. I think he does a great job along with Barry Pepper. I think it's directed very well by Billy Crystal, and I wish Billy Crystal got to direct more stuff, but he never really went on to direct much, and that's a shame because I think he did a great job directing this movie. So that's without a doubt my number 14 choice. Number 13, Replicant. I think one of the most underrated Jean-Claude Van Damme films, where he plays a serial killer and Michael Rooker's a cop trying to find him, so they have to make a clone of the killer to try to find the actual killer. And, Van Damme, probably his most underrated performance. He plays a really great evil serial killer, Van Damme. And Michael Rooker's always good. He's a fantastic good guy in this movie. But I really do enjoy Replicant. Number 12, The Royal Tenenbaums. This cast is phenomenal. Danny Glover, Gene Hackman, Angelica Houston, Bill Murray, Gwyneth Paltrow, Ben Stiller, Luke Wilson, and Owen Wilson in the same movie. Directed by Wes Anderson. Just a great movie. I think easily one of Ben Stiller's best movies. I think this is on number 11 now. Yeah, number 11. Behind Enemy Lines. It's part of this 3-pack, but Behind Enemy Lines is another underrated movie. I think the only good film that John Moore did, because considering he did Max Payne and a lot of all that other The Omen remake, I think this is the only film he did that was worth of anything. But I think this is without a doubt my favorite Owen Wilson film. I love Behind Enemy Lines. I think him and Gene Hackman do a great job. And just a really great movie. Underrated movie, Behind Enemy Lines. Number 10, The Last Castle. This is a film that no one talks about. I don't think any people even know what this movie is about. It's basically, Robert Redford is a guy who used to be in the... Yeah, Robert Redford, basically, he was a general who gets sentenced to this maximum security prison, and James Gandolfini is the evil warden who's a really tough, really evil guy who kills prisoners and things like that. James Gandolfini does a great job, and basically it's Robert Redford going toe-to-toe with James Gandolfini. Also has a very young Mark Ruffalo in the film as well. Yeah, this is a film that no one talks about. Highly underrated, The Last Castle. Number 9, The Glass House. Another really solid thriller with Lily Sobieski, Diane Lane, and Stellan Skarsgård. I think this is a really solid thriller, The Glass House. Number 8, Joyride. Easily my favorite Paul Walker film. I love this film a lot. The sequels are no good in my opinion. I think they should have just stayed one movie, especially when you watch the alternate endings to this. But love Joyride. Number 7, Hannibal. I think this is a really solid installment into the Hannibal Lecter series. Not as good as Silence of the Lambs or Manhunter, but I think Hannibal is still a really solid film. I think Anthony Hopkins does a great job as Hannibal Lecter. Anthony Hopkins is always good as Hannibal Lecter. Number 6, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. A really fun, I think this is probably one of the better video game adaptation movies besides Mortal Kombat. I mean, when I think of like really good like video game based movies, like this and Mortal Kombat are like the top 2 that come to my mind. But I think, Angelina Jolie does a great job as Lara Croft. You also have Jon Voight, Daniel Craig, well before he was James Bond. Directed by Simon West, same guy who did Con Air, Expendables 2, The General's Daughter with John Travolta. I think it's a really fun movie, Lara Croft Tomb Raider. The sequel sucks though. Number 5, Evolution. Really fun comedy film, directed by Ivan Reitman. David Duchovny, Orlando Jones, Sean William Scott, Julianne Moore, Ted Levine is the villain. You also have appearances by people like Dan Aykroyd and things like that. Kind of like an Alien, kind of like version of Ghostbusters in a way. You figure it's 4 people. You figure Ivan Reitman. But I think this is a really entertaining movie. Orlando Jones is a lot of fun in this. He's my favorite character in the movie. Him and David Duchovny have great chemistry with each other. But I really do enjoy Evolution. Number 4, Saving Silverman. Easily one of my personal favorite Jack Black films. You have Jason Biggs, Steve Zahn, Jack Black, Amanda Peet, the late great Arlie Ermy. He's a lot of fun in this. He's really, really funny, very hilarious. You have an appearance by Neil Diamond, directed by Dennis Dugan, the guy that did Happy Gilmore and things like that, Big Daddy. Like, this is a film that no one talks about when they mention Dennis Dugan. They think of Happy Gilmore and Big Daddy and things like that, but no one ever brings up Saving Silverman. Love this film. Number 3, Domestic Disturbance. Really solid thriller with John Travolta and Vince Vaughn. I want to review this at some point. Number 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Love this film a lot. I want to review. Whenever I do the Kevin Smith marathon, I want to review this. And my number one favorite film from 2001 had to be this one, Frailty. Just one of the most underrated movies ever. Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey do a great job. Also directed by Bill Paxton. I reviewed this film already when I did the Halloween marathon back in October. But anyways, those are my top 20 favorite films of 2001. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, take care.